Hey guys, crew at Blind Wave, I'm Eric.
Aaron.
I'm Calvin.
And we are back here with Westworld. For those that aren't in the know, we are currently serving a sentence.
Yes.
Stay at home in Ohio.
Yeah, we all have ankle monitors
15
on.
to life in what's that song?
Yeah, so for people watching in the future, this is during the time where everybody is going, trying to be real safe, and we are remotely coming in from home. So we're going to be watching this episode of Westworld, which is season 3, episode 3.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking about what happens after. So stick around for the discussion as well. But yes, guys, last time, Westworld, what happened?
We didn't have any Jesse or Caleb.
Cal,
No.
Right? We didn't have
Cal.
him. We saw a lot
Cal,
of
Caleb.
what is it called? Bernard going back and meeting up with Stubbs, and there was a whole bunch of like
the
fake Bernards, and he's an
Mhm.
android, and then they went back and they tried to do the scanning, and then they fought with an axe, I guess, because I couldn't really tell. That looked terrible.
death.
We saw a dragon.
Oh
We
yeah,
did
there was
see
a
a
dragon.
dragon
That wasn't a
last
big part,
episode.
but there was a dragon. Yeah.
And then we also saw Maeve in a simulation. Or did we see her? I don't know. We
realizing she was in a simulation.
were processing the information.
And then the drone.
Ocean's
The
12.
maintenance drone.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy. Which I haven't seen that movie. but-
Yeah, so Serac has given her the quest, the mighty quest to go and find Dolores and kill her.
Yes,
they were
'cause
also
he fears her because she is not
Mhm.
in the system's plan.
Yeah, they were also they put her into a simulation of War World, trying to get certain information from her. As I was reading and watching this week, because we have a lot of time on our hands right now, a lot of people were saying that he was actually trying to find the location of the doorway to the robot heaven they sent everybody to. So I completely missed that and thought they were trying to find information about Dolores somehow. So I messed up and corrected myself.
I don't remember that being our discussion. But okay.
Nope, I just assumed it, and I was wrong the whole time. Go back and watch that discussion. Eric's wrong the whole time.
I just realized that I can see myself in my glasses reflection.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Maybe I can kind of see that. I don't know.
That's
All
gotta
right.
be a pain.
You were
guys.
talking about this stuff about the show, and I'm waving to myself.
As always, we
You
are
fool.
completely professional here at Blind Wave, and you're going to be getting this professional quality for the foreseeable future. All right, so last time we did have a poll over at patreon.com/blindwave, which is a great way for people to support us, especially in these trying times. Please go there and interact with the polls. Last time the poll was, as their goals and motivations stand right now, which character would you most side with, Dolores Abernathy or Maeve Millet? So 34% said, Millet. Millet. I don't know. I looked it up. That's a full name. 34% said Dolores. 65% said Maeve. So I guess all of these humans don't want a robot to take over and destroy the human race.
It sounds logical, Eric.
Well,
Dolores
Sounds
fanboy.
like what a robot would say.
Yes, our first response was from Zagan Bagel, who says, well, as a human, I'd say siding with Maeve would be most beneficial. I can imagine her end goals are freedom for her kind, while Dolores' goal is death or slavery of the human race. I don't know, Zagan Bagel. You kind of sound like a robot here. I don't trust you, so I'm going to say you are going with Dolores.
What?
Yeah,
He said death to the human race.
Yep.
Eric,
he said
you all heard it.
You can't say that.
Eric, you went with Dolores last week.
Yeah, I know. Death to humans.
Damn it.
I shouldn't.
So did I.
I shouldn't say that while things are going on. Okay, so
No.
Dobie Greg says, I like personal stories, so Maeve simply wanting her daughter is perfect. Yes,
I
I
like that.
agree.
That's a good reason as any.
Reasonable.
Our list says Maeve all the way, baby.
Okay.
That's fair.
Eric,
Dip
did anyone say
Yep.
Dolores? Let's go with her, baby.
Okay, hold on. Dip has a different way. Okay, he said, I am on the side of Caleb, just because he's played by Aaron Paul. Now, Caleb seems to be with Dolores, so that could be Dip. I think Dip is saying 100% Dolores, death to the human race.
Do we think that
I
Caleb
feel like
can change the way Dolores is looking at things and, like, fix her?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
maybe not like fix her, but like
Give her a new perspective.
yeah.
Yeah, fix her.
Lori says Dolores, she's a revolutionary, whereas Maeve seems to literally be a puppet of the ruling elite at the moment. A puppet.
A puppet.
There are no strings
Hello,
on me.
puppet.
We'll end with Jason, who said, I voted Maeve because the alternative is my death. I want Caleb to change the narrative. Oh, very good wording. Change
like
the
that.
narrative.
I
Okay.
like that wording too.
Yeah, me too. All right, so let's get started with the video. And once again, jazz hands.
What?
Whoa.
Ugh. It bothers me.
That's cool. I love that.
Why does it bother you? Is it a needle?
It reminds me of one.
Who is it?
Is she crying?
I hope it's
Let
Teddy.
me show you.
I love Teddy.
Teddy?
I
You
hope
think
it's
that
Teddy.
could be Teddy?
Yeah, they can be in love.
Inhale?
Yeah.
Where am I going? Home.
Home. I was about the same thing.
Yeah.
Riot control.
Ooh, riot control bot.
Whoa, no.
Whoa!
It's all one bot.
It's a Megazord. I like that dress.
Whoa. It's an N209.
I like that robot, Aaron.
Eric, no, I agree. The robot's great. I would want the robot. I wouldn't want to own the dress.
He's just like, I like that dress. And you just get the dress.
Oh, shit. High value target.
We don't have time for this shit. Step aside.
Look at that gun.
Oh, wow. Look at that gun.
Man, he's a fighter.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a soldier.
Scrapper.
I get it. Yep.
Oh!
Oh,
Well.
God, that's splurting.
That was quiet and quick.
This music is so Terminator.
Oh, yes.
Jeez.
Dude, I'm not kidding. This music is awesome.
It's really great.
I love it. It's the dude
It's
that
like
does
Blade
Game...
Runner, Terminator, and
Yeah, it's the dude that does Game of Thrones does this, right?
Identity verified.
I always
oh
forget
my
his
gosh.
name. That's amazing. You know, I'm kind of happy about this because I love this actress and I hated Charlotte.
Yeah.
Jesus, you really don't.
Man, that robot did not know what that relationship was and just took a guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have been like, "You're my stepmom." You know?
But they still could have done that, right?
Damn it, Aaron. Why?
It's so goddamn hard to find good porn these days.
Oh my gosh,
It's always
shut up.
step something.
I know, Jesus.
When you forgot to pick up our son. Again.
Our son.
But you don't get to do that to Nathan.
Oh, that's who
Nathan.
Nathan is. Okay.
Why won't you take me to see a real
The
elephant?
elephant.
They're all gone now.
I was gonna make a joke.
No.
They're extinct.
Where are you?
Now I'm really sad.
God
Sorry,
damn it.
buddy, my meeting
This future
ran
is
late.
bleak.
Maybe she's lying.
Is this because Mommy and Daddy don't live together anymore? You know, whatever happens between Mommy and
Is you a
Daddy,
robot, bitch?
it will always
Shoots her. Man, what other show have you ever seen where like there's a robot imposter
You're doing it right.
and you're kind of rooting for him? You know?
You're rooting for the robot?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sympathetic to her.
You're on Dolores' side in the poll. I can't trust you.
Yeah,
Eric.
you're right. Yeah. Screw humanity. They got rid of the elephants. Whoa.
Why does she keep stabbing herself and shit? What's she doing? What's going on?
She wants to feel something. I don't know, man.
She's got blood on her face.
Oh, jeez.
No.
No, she's like stab herself. It's just her phone.
Oh.
I feel like I'm changing.
Get up. No. What the fuck is happening to me? Analysis, turn off your emotional affect.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's interesting. So she's playing Hale, and Hale wants her out. Huh.
You'll need to pay a visit to an old friend.
Old friend.
William.
Maybe.
We'll be able to be
He's-
ourselves.
He's...
We will.
What happened to him? Didn't he die and become a host or something? I can't remember now.
His daughter showed up last season, right?
Yeah, he killed her.
He killed her.
And then
There was an after credit scene with him.
I forget.
I love being Big Spoon.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I want my son back.
There's no like a story here where he's actually a host or something, right? And she recognizes that it's not his son. Her son.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Or she could just have Alzheimer's.
It seems Mr. Necker's met with some unexpected guest at Vista Treatment. An insight has lowered his life expectancy.
Insight has lowered his life expectancy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that sucks.
You turned your drip off.
What?
What a waste.
Oh no.
What is it?
That's the thing that they have in their mouths that the strips connect to.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Holy shit, they're hacking him.
Yeah.
Oh dude, his buddy.
Chappie.
Enough of this shit.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Chappie.
He's gonna go ballistic.
Aww.
Dude, they didn't do anything.
Where is she?
Right here.
I'm right here.
Oh,
Ah!
Oh my gosh.
What if he would have fallen?
No. No.
His heart's doing the weird shit.
I'm Dolores.
Well, Dolores. Nice to finally meet you.
Would you like to see Sandy again? Yeah, would you?
Oh,
Oh,
destroy this
fuck.
man. Destroy
Oh, fuck.
this man.
Save that dog.
Yeah, well, we just met.
You met Thursday, Tommy. Nathan couldn't stop talking about you. I even suggested a play date, didn't I?
Did I really, Mommy?
Let's talk about it. Go on, get your things, bud.
Oh, fuck.
Nice of you to disable the cameras for me.
Oh, fuck.
There are a lot of things that you can fake in this world. Most people don't want to see the predator inside. You reminded me of something.
Protective
I
instinct.
would, but the harder I squeeze, the more I remember.
Oh my gosh.
I remember what it's like to be me.
Who is you? Take the dog, please.
Yes, take Dougie. Take Dougie. Love Dougie.
She just killed that guy.
Yeah, she took the dog, yes. He sleep on bed tonight, yeah.
You sleep on bed
Aha.
But Mommy
with
got
Nathan.
His owner dead.
You are my sunshine. Oh, that's great.
Who kills
Diner.
people?
That's not a clue.
It's gotta be.
In this show?
Every aspect of your lives. Recorded, logged. In order to create a mirror world of this world.
Why?
To make a composite of you. Of everyone. It's not about who you are, Caleb.
So you're going to be.
It's about who they'll let you become.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. So the big ball is a simulation in there, maybe? And then they can, like,
Maybe.
change things and
Well,
adjust the real world?
Which one is a simulation?
This is where you kill yourself.
This is what
What?
program decided, probably.
Given your history of depression, your mother's mental illness, your proficiency with firearms, and your fondness for the ocean, the most likely outcome is you take your own life.
You gotta break your narrative, man. Just like Dolores did. Right?
Yeah.
No.
He's got to break the loop.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
This is pretty cool.
Can't know that.
This is cool.
Are they wrong? They won't invest in someone who's going to kill himself. But by not investing, they ensure the outcome.
See, this is why I'm okay with Dolores.
What? What?
Killing the right people to keep this level of control away from
Yeah,
humans.
and fucking then the elephants will take over.
Yeah.
There are no
The
elephants.
way the world is meant
They'll
to
come
be.
back.
Oh yeah, tell it to the woolly mammoths.
They're coming back.
You are the first real thing that has happened to me in a long time.
Yeah, this show's so well written.
I don't
I
need
love
an
it.
algorithm
She's fake.
to know that.
Aaron, shut up.
I'm a dead man either way. At least this way. I get to decide who I want to be.
I love it. Love it so much.
I love it too.
Break the narrative.
Oh my gosh.
He has a mole inside the company.
And they will kill us.
Is she the mole?
Is Charlotte the mole?
Like she's trying to find herself. I was right.
You work for him?
As do you, Charlotte.
Yeah, there's. So is he only a hologram?
Well, he wouldn't actually appear to anyone
Rock.
physically. This is the easiest way to keep himself safe, right? It's like using a VPN.
Or he doesn't really exist.
He is the AI.
And
He is the system.
I don't know.
I've been told exactly where the key is. In the mind of a host called Dolores.
Gotta find Robot Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Time is a luxury, my dear.
Yeah, patience. He's a real patient man.
Of which
Yeah.
you have very little.
Cool.
It's like he
Well,
dissolved.
he did say patience was overrated.
No, just keep going.
Oh, is it over?
Yeah, I just wanted to keep going.
Okay, that was a great episode. I'm still like, we're 3 seasons in. I'm still shocked sometimes by how well written this show can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love, the first season. I didn't feel like the second season held as much of the mystery like the first season did. Not
Yeah.
At least not in the same way.
Not
Like,
the same
the
way.
first one was so good in the way the story and everything weaved in and out of like, well, what's going on right now? Oh, wait, it's not all
timelines,
going on
yeah.
right now. This is crazy. And the second season,
Yeah.
I felt like
Yeah.
wasn't so much of like, but I like some of the mysteries and stuff we have with this one. I'm hoping that there is kind of a what's in a simulation kind of thing maybe going on, to where
Yeah.
maybe you're like, well, what's real and what's not real, But I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean the idea that the Rehoboam, whatever it's called, I don't know.
Rehoboam.
Yes, which I did learn this week is the son of King Solomon is the same name, so that was interesting.
Oh, okay.
This thing is like they took all of the data of what people had done, put it into there, and it learned from it, and then it started predicting what was going to happen after that, right?
Yes.
And then they can use that simulation to compare to the real world / change things.
Well, yeah, you could be able to test in that way of trying to manipulate the simulation to see where things will go, and then do that in the real world to make things work the way you want them to, right?
Yeah, that's why like Scar Dude could look at Insight and he could see that his life expectancy just lowered, because things has changed and it was able to predict when he was going to die now. So
Yeah.
as opposed to like being killed by the 2 guys at the industrial park, he was going to then revert back to being killed or just killing himself, I guess, right?
Yeah, on the pier.
Yeah, so I love this idea, and I love being able to like, we got to unplug that, we got to stop that, we got to get free will back,
Yeah, no, I think it's done really well, and I'm really interested on knowing, like, we still kind of like, well, who's Hale?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I like also kind of having the question of like, do I fully trust that Caleb couldn't be a host or something? Like, what's going on with the mother, and why does she keep saying, is it just strictly Alzheimer's, or is there something else as to why she's like, I want my Cal, you're not my son.
Yeah,
because
I mean, saying that she's dealing with a mental problem, could that be a red herring and we're masking something? But I kind of hope now that the story's been presented a little bit more, I kind of hope that it's just a mental illness.
It could be, but we also had we had Cal dealing with, which is kind of weird, but if you want him to believe he's really him, we had him talking to his dead friend or whatever from the military. So they have some kind of stuff already implemented in the real world where you can maybe talk to someone who is programmed to seem as close as they can to the real person. Is there a step forward or a step further than that of, maybe this guy
actually
did
like
kill himself, and the mother, got this thing to replace him, kind of thing, and then now she's doing it even worse, but she wants her real son back, and this thing is not her son. I don't know. Could be a possibility.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know how how like those implants actually work. I feel like they would only work with humans because they're actually like. He said he turned his squirter off. Right?
Yeah, what it looks like to me is that because it's connected to the upper side of the mouth, where there's a lot of like there's a lot of pathways that go that direction to the brain. What I think, my theory, I don't know, but I think that it is a way to artificially make the brain secrete certain chemicals or hormones. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It was like upping his adrenaline, and it was causing him to go into cardiac arrest. And he took his chip out that that way he can't be like, he can't take those things, I guess, but they could go and hack it, is what they did this time, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a way of like, having a more natural medicine, I guess, delivered, where you can like tell the brain to do certain things versus having that be an effect of a medication.
Okay. So that's why we saw like the dance club was doing this, and it was doing more of a high effect, whereas the hospital was giving the lady one, and it's more like of a here's a drug to help you go to sleep or rest or whatever.
You could go to
it gives you a shot of melatonin without your brain having to know that it's time for bed.
Like you can go to the Amazon rainforest and you can get you can eat a certain plant and it's going to give you a bunch of like DMT. But the body also is capable of creating DMT and releasing it, but it usually only happens during like near-death experiences. So if you could like program it so that your body does release DMT at a certain time, you could probably just get high on it,
Yeah.
So I think it's a really interesting concept. That is,
I wonder if that would be safer. Like, could you ever convince your brain to overdose yourself?
Well, I mean that's what they were doing, and I don't know overdosing, but they were
like to like a
him.
Lethal level.
Yeah.
It was certainly not a good state that he was in.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just, I guess, what I'm getting from context clues. I could be wrong about exactly how it works, but that's what I'm guessing.
I mean, I'm just speculating.
The idea of who is in that host, that is Charlotte. Which one is it? Like, my mind immediately went to Teddy because I'm thinking, like, it seems like Dolores cares for this person.
See,
maybe
the thing, the first thought I had was, is it a host? Which it seems like it was, because it said they were against us. But I was wondering, like, could it have also been like a host that was taking data from people in the park? So could it have been someone who hadn't been a host but is now a host? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I would go on the side of like it's someone we've seen as a host already, like Clementine or Teddy. Or
I was kind of leaning towards Clementine towards the end, just with the way like the interactions with the husband, the ex-husband or whatever. Like, okay, they encountered a situation where they couldn't get out of it with words, so then they enacted this interruption to the conversation to like get it to restart, so they were on equal ground. You know what I mean? I feel like that would be something more like Clementine would do rather than Teddy, but it may just be like inane host programming to like get the guests in the park back into their loops. You know what I mean? Back into the storyline.
That's possible too.
I mean, if we do go with the idea of who is Dolores connected to, or who, like, who does she feel the most for? I think of, obviously, why it's Teddy, of course.
Yeah,
I think it's Teddy. But I also maybe think, I mean, she had such a crazy story with her father, with Abernathy. Maybe it could be Abernathy. Maybe, I mean, it could be William. I mean, because I'm trying to remember what happened last time we saw William, which he killed his daughter, and then I thought that he got stuck in the loop, like in the after credit scene of last season or something.
In the loop?
Yeah, like he was a host. Honestly, I can't remember. Maybe like when we'll come back next week, we'll be able to say, oh yeah, it was this, and we knew the whole time. So I don't know.
Can't remember exactly. There's been a lot of looping around and forgetting of,
I remember. I remember the part where he shot his daughter, and he was like, "Oh shit, you actually were my daughter. It wasn't just part of the game and stuff."
Well,
and then like shit was collapsing.
Yeah,
and they were like near the core or something like that.
Near the forge or something like that.
The forge. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and check out some Q&As. I think you guys want to do that.
Yeah, sure. Let's check out those.
Yeah.
So the first one is from Sunny, who is talking about last episode, but I think it's pretty interesting. Sunny says, so it turns out that Luke Hemsworth had surgery to repair a torn bicep. That's why the axe scene was the way it was.
Oh.
Maybe they should have just had 1 or 2 guards in the fight instead of 5, so the rest didn't have to wait in line to get lightly tapped by an axe. So that
I feel bad that we were making fun of him now
well,
for a
I
torn
mean,
bicep.
look, I mean, I think some of the best choreography comes from limitations.
Yeah.
Whenever you're like trying to figure out your way around a certain problem. So, I mean, if something's not looking good, that's on the choreographer and the cinematographer to make it look good. So,
but this guy was given a job that
I get you.
It was not going to look good,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Okay, so thanks, Sonny, for telling us that. Okay, so Andy says, with Charlotte's plot being about family, could Dolores' mother be the host inside of her? She was a victim in Dolores' narrative and not a major character. It gives Thompson room to develop her how she wants and plays into the child-parent story. So, I don't know if the thing is I don't think there ever was a mother for Dolores. The way they write these stories and put these hosts on their narratives, like, you know,
unless it was like long in the past, like before William started coming to the park.
Maybe, but if you take like Maeve had a different narrative where she had a daughter, and then she was put into the narrative of the madam at the saloon, and that character didn't have a daughter, and it started to happen then, you know? Like, it wasn't like she had a backstory before she was a madam of having a daughter. Like, so I don't know if there is an actual host that was Dolores' mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because didn't we see all of the like the timelines or the loops or whatever that Dolores was on?
I believe so.
With all the flashbacks of William and everything.
And then she was Wyatt for a little bit, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that for a while too. I don't know. I mean, maybe not. I like the idea of trying to figure out how to play off the kid thing. But even still, like, I don't know, there's something there with the kids, but there's also not. Like, there's not a lot of emotion there. There's like a little bit. And I think a little bit of that emotion is the Charlotte side of things. The Charlotte side of things, like, coming out or whatever's going on there, rather than, like, the host having this emotional feeling.
Sure, I understand that. But on the other side, maybe it's not the mother, but what if it is her father? What if it's Abernathy and literally he's having like these parental feelings from Dolores with the whole, like, you know, the spooning scene, and then she's applying it to Charlotte, or he's applying it to Charlotte's kid. Maybe we'll get some interesting stuff there if in fact it was Abernathy. I don't know.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see, the thing is, I don't know why Dolores would put Abernathy, because he was the key to unlocking the forge, wasn't he?
Yes.
Like his original.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the red one that was on the table still?
Yeah, you might.
Or was that Ford?
No, I don't remember, honestly, man.
Well, and we also don't know who all of those pearls are either.
Yeah, there are a total of 5 pearls now, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Counting the one in Charlotte and the one that was in
Bernard.
No,
not
Bernard.
Not
right?
Bernard, the security guy, right?
That's my other thing. It's like, what's going on with Bernard? Like, is Bernard...
he's trying to stop Dolores.
Yes.
See, I think that scene took place a little bit before this season.
Yeah.
Like whenever she created her and made her, right?
I mean, it took place before she took over at the one place or somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's like well into her Hale is like, that character is well into their own when they're talking about like the buyout and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But all of the stuff with the what was it, the ghost buyout or whatever they called it, where Serac was buying up stocks and shares and stuff to try to get a controlling vote.
Yeah.
Like, all that happened before the scene that we saw, like, walk in and like dress everybody down, right? Or was that before?
I think the only thing out of sequence was the first episode where they make the host that's Charlotte, and she's like, "Where am I? Who am I?" and all that stuff. And then we go back to, the present timeline. I think so. But I'm going back to look and see here. So we have a pearl that is Dolores. We have a pearl that is in Charlotte. The red pearl is the one that's splattered in blood, I should say, is Bernard. And then how many others do we have?
She shot him and took it out. And then,
and then I'm trying to see how many other
There was a
pearls.
total of 5.
Yeah. As they said.
So that's accounting for 3, but there's also one put in to the host that replaced the security guy, right?
That's,
the dude with the
that's the one I was talking about earlier whenever we were saying about Bernard. And I wasn't sure about the Bernard we have, if she rebooted him and we just have that Bernard running around, or is she still holding on to a Bernard and then this is another Bernard? Because we already saw so many Bernard bodies.
Well,
but
he did say that he was worried that Dolores had altered his host body from his actual pearl or something like that, right?
He didn't know if he could trust himself.
Yeah.
Was the main
he was worried that she had altered his his database and memories and stuff like that. So he might be his own
grandpa
faulty.
There's
it
could be a lot of different things
I wasn't
here.
gonna say
Let's jump into the next question here. Keep this going. Nick the Champ says, I gotta say, after this episode, I think I might be Team Dolores. Every time she's on screen, I just want her to succeed. Ultimately, do you think Caleb will be with her until the end, or do you think he'll betray her and possibly join Bernard?
Before we answer that, I'm just going to say you're only thinking that because you didn't also have Maeve in this episode, so it didn't get balanced out. So you're like, oh, you know what? Dolores seems like a pretty good person. And then you see what Maeve's doing. Like, oh, wait, Maeve's doing the right stuff here. So
Nick the Champ, Aaron is trying to take away your free will, okay? You just root for who you want, okay?
No.
We're about freedom here, all right? He just wants
options,
control.
Options.
Nick is the champ, Aaron. He's the champ.
He is. It says in his name.
Okay, so
Aaron the right.
Yeah, do you think that
change my name like Calvin did?
Do you think Caleb will stick with Dolores, or do you think he betrays her / leaves her and maybe goes to Bernard or something like that?
I mean, he's definitely going to go with her now. The thing is,
yeah.
Is there some other truth that we don't know about yet?
True, and also what happens when he sees how far she's willing to go?
Teddy. Teddy was with her all the way, but there was a certain point where he wouldn't go that far, right?
And then she hacked him and turned him into
she
Terminator.
Had to make him
do what I want.
Maybe he will defy her, but it'll make her question herself because she can't just reprogram him.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Or she can.
Oh. Annie says the host in Hale's body has to be Clementine. Maybe Angela, but she blew up. Can't be Teddy because he's in the valley beyond. Yeah. I don't think it's Peter Abernathy either. The Scottish security guy could be Hector.
Hector could be there, but man, that'd be something if Hector's
because the version of Hector that is with Maeve is just a virtual Hector anyway.
Well, and it's not. It's not there anymore. We don't know exactly what happened to Hector, so Hector is not a bad one, especially if you want it to be someone to fight, because he could fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could definitely fight.
But I tell you what, when she was cutting herself and you saw the tattoos, I kind of thought of the wasn't there a girl with a dragon or snake tattoo? She obviously there weren't tattoos, they were cuts.
That was
but that was she was in a certain
shoot.
That
was the girl with the rattlesnake tattoo, right?
Yeah, I can't remember her, but maybe her, I don't know.
She was with William.
Yeah.
Wasn't she a lead to Wyatt?
Yeah, she was the first generation of Wyatt or whatever. Or no, sorry. Fuck, I can't remember.
No, Dolores was always Wyatt.
She was a lead to Wyatt.
She was with Hector in Hector's gang.
Yes, she was.
At one
point, William, I think, was searching, and she was a clue to finding Wyatt or something.
Yeah, for the maze.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We can maybe throw her in the ring as well.
Maybe.
Possible.
There's a lot of people it could be.
Yeah. We'll have another Annie Saunders question here, who says, so Caleb enlisted in 2042 and got shot in 2048, but Francis died in 2049. I think that Francis didn't die in the army. I think him and Caleb were doing a personal job, and that's when Francis died. That's why their outfits weren't army issue in that flashback.
It's possible. I mean, we've seen him doing some things, and I
guess that makes sense.
There was also
so maybe he
doesn't do personals anymore.
Yeah, they could have been doing the Rico job, and that's why they were kind of wearing more street clothes.
In his one flashback too, he had that weird mask on his face too, which could have been related to something or another. What if what's her name, Hale, is William? some like I'm trying to remember the ending with that, but if they had some kind of host thing that was William, they had a close relationship with Dolores and William for a lot of it.
Yeah.
And there was also a thing where like William enjoyed killing, like people, not necessarily people, but like he loved shooting and doing stuff, like.
Yeah. Like every opportunity he got,
that's why he liked
wipe out a bunch of hosts.
He liked going to Westworld because he could see Dolores and he could kill people, and that's part of the thing of like you're making me remember who I am.
Yeah.
But he was never a host that I know of. So his daughter was a host, wasn't she?
No, she wasn't.
No, it was. He thought it was, right?
He thought it was another level.
He thought it was the whole time, but then he shot her and he found out that she was real. And he was like, "Oh man, Ford did it again," or whatever.
I'm gonna do a little deep dive into some season 2 ending stuff, so I can see what happens with William, and we can talk about that maybe at the beginning of next episode.
Him being in that fake room place, right? That's the place that was like crumbling down.
Yeah. Well, we have one more left. It is from Boba Skywalker. And Boba says, "No question this week. I just wanted to take the time to say thank you for continuing your reactions and bringing joy to a lot and entertainment to us during these tough times. It goes a long way. See you next week." So thank you, Boba.
Yes.
We're trying.
Thank you, Boba.
Yeah, thank you.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, if you guys are watching this and you say like, hey, this is a way that you can maybe make this better or make it, give us some constructive criticism for this format. But we're trying to do our best here. But yeah, that was the last one, and we need a poll, and I think that it's very obvious what the poll should be. Who is in Charlotte's body?
That makes sense. I thought you were going to say dress a robot.
So I'm going to say that our options should include Clementine,
Teddy,
Teddy,
even though it's probably
Abernathy,
Teddy, but maybe.
Yeah.
William.
Yeah. Dolores.
What's another Dolores?
Another Dolores.
That's 4 right now. I guess it could be Hector. I guess. You know what? Let's keep it simple. Let's go with Abernathy, let's go with Teddy, and let's go with Clementine, because those seem to be the 3 big ones that we're looking at here. And then we'll have someone else.
Alrighty.
Where people can vote there. So, what are you guys going to say?
William.
You say William?
Yeah.
So someone else? Okay. I'm going to go, I like the idea that it could be Father Abernathy. Peter?
Go with...
Peter Abernathy?
Huh?
Was his name Peter?
Well, it wasn't Father. He wasn't a priest.
No, but it was Dolores' father.
Yeah. The way he said it, though, was like Father Abernathy. It sounds like he was going to church.
Father Abraham?
No, it wasn't Father Abernathy from, oh, shoot, that one game with the video camera that I played.
Clue, Calvin.
Yeah, Outlast.
I don't know.
Who would you pick in your poll, Calvin?
Yes, Calvin.
I would pick Penelope.
What?
Or, no, not Penelope. What's her name? Shoot.
Clementine?
Clementine. That's
it.
Fuck.
I'm like Penelope.
Clementine.
And I'm trying to think.
I would pick Clementine.
All right. Well, Calvin's going to go someone else, and he's going to write in Penelope.
But me, Clementine.
No.
That's it.
All right, guys. Well, that was it. Go over to patreon.com/blindwave. We'd like to hear what you have to think and your theories and all that stuff. We'll talk about it at the beginning of next episode. And that's it. Patreon is a great way to support us. So if it's $1 to be able to do these polls, and we do it for all of our live shows. You also get to pick when a poll slot is coming up, which I think right now there's going to be one here tomorrow to replace
or today
Umbrella
or yesterday,
Academy.
depending on when this video went up.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
To replace Umbrella Academy.
So that's going on as well. So that's it. We'll see you guys back here next week, and we can only end this video one way.
Until next time.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
We all did it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe. Let us know in the comments below if you guys like this kind of version of the video, so that we can keep doing these from remotely at home. And make sure you guys check out patreon.com so that you can vote in the poll that we had in this video, as well as future polls, and see full length. If you guys are interested in any of that, check out Patreon.